As week 4 of Athletes Unlimited Volleyball comes to a close, the championship has become a two-player race. The rookie remains undefeated. The champion remains undeterred. Behind them, 6 players fight for the remaining podium positions. Who makes a big leaderboard move tonight? Find out right now. One last chance to climb the ladder of the leaderboard. Abercrombie, Betania de la Cruz, Mejia, they have separated themselves. Behind them, nothing is determined for this week, and certainly not for the title. So many players still with so much to gain in this season. Welcome back, everybody. Kevin Barnett back with Olympian Key Michael. Key, here we go. For the second week in a row, we have 2 teams at 0-2. They've arrived with very similar paths to this point. Who wins this one?
Well, both these teams looking for some much-needed win points. Not a single win point among them yesterday. However, for me, I think on the purple side, they have the advantage. But if and only if we can see that Molly-Alicia connection, if we can see Lekator rip her serve without the errors, and if Kat Bell can get that cross-court going again.
Okay, players to watch comes down to some tough roster choices for the captains. On one side, Allison Mayfield not going to start, but probably will factor.
Well, she's been one of the players that hasn't got a whole lot of time, but she was the second most in kills on her team before her captain last night. And even though no one on the blue side had a standout night in the offense, Mayfield was a bright spot in the serve receive. She was targeted 29 times, allowing only 1 error, and got an 87% positive rate in reception in that third set. It wasn't enough to get any win points, but it's going to be crucial tonight, again, if they want to keep that middle involved.
On the Team Hens side, it's Heidi Casanova, the opposite, who was the draft pick at that spot, but may not stay in the lineup the entire time.
Well, she's finally in a full-time role, and we've seen some sparks of greatness from that Cuban opposite. She set a new Athletes Unlimited single match high of 25 digs on Friday, then showed us a spicy topspin ace last night, along with some hammers when she found that space of the net, but Hens chose her for the bombs that she is capable of delivering. But the key tonight will be a lot more consistency and a lot less errors.
Yeah, 18 kills, 11 errors on 48 attempts. So if you just take the kills versus the attempts, pretty nice numbers. That 11 is killing her. She's down to 145 for an efficiency.
I do like that Hens was taking some risk, though, giving a few new players a different look. She's not going with the tried and true that we've seen, but I think that players still have a lot to give. It seems like it's been a while. It's week 4, but Heidi's barely had any playing time, and I think she's still just starting to find her footing.
All right, will she work her way in, or will we see Kelsey Payne, who was the backup on Team Hens, coming in at that 0-2 record? Team member Monet 0-2 as well. Back to serve, Alicia Childress. Immediately, Maddie Kingdon-Rischel out of the back row, dug up. Blake with the dig, and Bell with the kill. The key, perhaps, for the women in purple.
Yeah, she didn't have a great night last night. We didn't see the numbers that we're used to seeing out of here, and I think she's one of those key ingredients on this purple side that has to get going.
49 attempts on the weekend, hitting just 100 in efficiency. Backslide Rosenthal misfires. That ball is long, no touch. So I mentioned that these two teams got here in very similar fashion. They both on Friday night won 2 sets and lost the overall. For team member Monet, it was a 1-point loss, having a loss in the third set that was big enough to have them lose by that single point, 67-66. Hens here with a swing. That ball will hit the block and go out of bounds. For Team Hens, it was a loss to Team Dela Cruz, 85-81, despite those 2 sets of victory. And then last night, it was a sweep for both of these teams. And man, the win point numbers were just brutal. If you look at Dela Cruz Mejia versus team member Monet, total points scored for team member Monet, if you add up everyone on the entire team, it was 368 leaderboard points. Do you want to take a stab at the points on the other side there, Key?
1,000.
2,758.
Oh, wow, okay.
2,758. That's
should have said 1 million. It would have been
1 million, yes. With a pinky, of course.
Yes.
Lekator member Monet back to serve. Jumper coming. Way off the net. That's what you want. Pays off with an opportunity. Can they convert? Not yet. Rischel with a back row joust. Not sure that's going to be legal. And there will now be a complaint.
Yeah, I was also a little confused as to what's going on here. The purple team asking all kinds of questions.
You can't have a back row joust.
So Kingdom Rochelle was backcourt, tried to get involved in the net play. And her argument right now, it looks like, is going to be either challenge it or the time is gone. But she has to be below the plane of the net. If she's backcourt, she has to be below the plane of the net when she contacts that ball. Do you think she was?
I don't think she was, no. It can count as a touch if she's on her own side. She just can't jump, I suppose.
Yeah, but that's the question, right? Even if you don't jump, if you're above the plane of the net and she's tall enough to do that, then you're right. It's a fault.
Yeah. Same as the setter when they're back row reaching for a ball, as that ball is covered on the Hens side. Rachel now front row. Soft touch her attack. And another block back the other way. Lake gets it right back in her face. Rosenthal and Casanova, a formidable presence.
Yeah, that's why Rosenthal was taken, for that height, for that blocking ability, and Casanova getting the majority of that ball. But it's interesting to me to see that Hens, we talked about this a little bit this weekend already, took 3 middles in succession before she took her opposite, which was interesting to me. But now we're seeing she's kind of filtered through a few of those middles, getting a starting role and then losing it and getting it back. And Jenna Rosenthal, one of those question marks.
Vader back to serve. A look at Lake on the side. She's got a good shot to the head. Looks to be okay. The perils of being a libero. Casanova is blocked right back by Van de Weyden. So the two players who are in those positions we talked about coming in are matching up right now across the net from one another.
Yeah, I'm surprised actually to see Van de Weyden getting the starting role, because we talked about Mayfield and how stable she was in the reception. Didn't put up the numbers in the offense, but I think that's the discussion right now that Lecter Member-Manet has to have with herself. Who does she put in that other outside role? Does she want the reception stability, or does she want to try and get a little more offense going? But she's kind of getting neither out of either.
You never want to be getting neither out of either. That's a good t-shirt. Jenna Rosenthal back to serve, the Wisconsin native. Back to being a professional player in the last few years. Starting out here at Athletes Unlimited and continuing on out of the real world of a job and back into being a professional player.
The real world is a scary place, Kevin. I've been there, hated it, jumped right back into sports.
Smart move.
Yeah.
Well done, Key. 5-5 first set. Remember, we play 3 and the aggregate score determines the overall. That's how you can lose 2 sets and win the overall. Man, there's a lot of blocking going on. Kaz Brown gets in on the action. That is plus 12 for Kaz Brown's individual score via, I think, a big right hand.
I spoke to Kaz a little bit before the match and said, what do you need to do to win? And she said, we have to be more aggressive from the service line. So you're seeing that from Jenna Rosenthal, and discipline with the game plan. So for her, what that means is finding who she wants to block and then covering those tips right there that you just saw, because Abercrombie did a phenomenal job of kind of picking apart the defense yesterday, finding those holes in the court. And she said, yeah, we need to pick those balls up.
Kat Bell back to serve. Backslide, Kaz Brown, a little tight backslide that time.
I'd love to see Nati using Kaz as much as she can. The connection was off yesterday. She wasn't really able to use her middles at all. I'd love to see it more.
I asked Team Hens what happened on that Friday match. They won 2 due sets, including that 36-34 thriller in the third, but they lost the second 25-17. It got away from them. They said that it got stuck in one rotation, and that basically became the difference. Would you agree with that, Key, or do you have something else you would point to for that particular loss, as McCage has that one go inside of her and into the net?
Well, I think we talk about this team as a defensive-minded team, right? So that's their focus. However, if that's breaking down, and again, if the players are finding ways, and Abercrombie's team did it yesterday, finding ways to put the ball on the floor, then they're no longer defensive, nor are they offensive. So you're kind of losing on both ends of the battle there, and I think that's what Hens' team was talking about there, if you say you're getting stuck in one rotation, they need to get quickly out of rotations. That is their strength. They are defensive. They can get transition plays going, but if they're not utilizing that strength, they're kind of left with nothing.
All right, McCage with a quick side out for the other side, and a good serve here that generates the Thader kill. So Thader's going to pick up a kill there, and hopefully Emily Thader can add to her numbers. She's had identical numbers the last 2 matches, 1 kill, 1 error on 7. Doesn't seem like enough attempts.
Yeah, in the offense nor in the defense. I mean, she and Molly McCage are both known for their blocking. They're the top 2 blockers in the league. And I think on Friday night, between them had 1 block. And then something similar, maybe 4 blocks yesterday, but that's way below their numbers. I think you're exactly right. Both of them could do a lot more.
Yeah, just 3 blocks overall for Thader. Lekator, good matchup against Natalia Valentin Anderson, who's now waving that she did not.
Interesting, Rosenthal. I love deep on it. It's almost 9 times out of 10 a kill.
Tough flat floater. Ball is tight and tipped over the top. Charging Nati picks it up. These are the ones you need to convert. Thader didn't get it. Casanova, that ball is still good. Good position from Hentz, trying to get the kill. Bell, right side. Blocked. They kept it alive on the Hentz side. We apologize for the technical difficulties. Some of you lost us on the feed there. We're back with Team Hentz and team member Monet here in Arizona, Mesa. Our host, Kevin Barnett, alongside Olympian Key Michael, as we're enjoying a scrappy first set from Team Hentz. No super captain in her capabilities. She saved 1, she saved 2. Trying to frustrate team member Monet. Down goes member Monet. And Bell with the kill. Luckily, Lekator back up and looks to be okay.
I'm starting to see some patterns emerge already. Hentz's side has been pretty solid in the block. They've shut down a couple of balls. Then you see Lekator and Kat Bell trying to go higher, going wider. Now they're resorting to some tips. And I would almost say that's playing into what Hentz wants. No, they didn't do a great job of picking those up against Abercrombie yesterday. They will have talked about it. They will have made some adjustments. So now I'd almost argue that the tips would be what Hentz wants.
Julie Vogt, our R1. You never want to see an official go in their pocket while you're talking to them. I thought Hentz, it looked very cordial. I thought she about to pick up a card here.
It's doubtful that Morgan Hentz has ever had a red or yellow card in her life. But hey, there's a first time for everything. Just one of the most kind-spoken, soft-spoken players I think I've ever met.
I think the complaint there was about Lecator, member Monet, perhaps being under the net. In any case, French fries on the board here in set 1. And Lecator back to serve. Ripped off a good one last time. This one is passed perfectly. Overhead. Temi Thomas Ailara with the kill. I spoke to her right before the match and I said, can Morgan Hens be a little more aggressive with service reception with you? Hens had just 8 receptions on Friday night. And she said, yeah, you can go ahead and squeeze me.
I guess that's good. I mean, allowing your libero to do what the libero does best. Certainly, Morgan Hens, one of the best receivers out there. If she can take a bit more space, it's always for the better.
Oh, right to the head. A shot from Eddie Kingdon-Rischel to the
Spicy.
Oregon Duck. Yeah, that one right off the beak of Lindsay Vanderweide.
Did that look like it was going out to you as well?
Yeah.
I think if she had just ducked a little faster, I mean, easier said than done, but that ball was way out.
Sometimes you're just stuck in the shooting gallery with some red and white paint on you.
Target practice.
I've been there. I've seen a riser come at me, one where somebody hit it with backspin and it's just coming like an uppercut. This is gonna be terrible.
It stings the face and the ego.
Oh, all of the above. Rischel's off to a hot start. Nice dig by Thader. Middle's playing defense, but they cannot transition out. A missed contact and missed opportunity there for team member Monet.
Yeah, great defense. Middle's defense, even. You know how I feel about that with the extra points in my own head.
That's right, you get 5 for a dig unless you're a middle, and then Key gives out 10 or 15. Yes, you get 5 points for every single dig that you make. And you get 8 points for a kill. How about now for Kat Bell?
That's the shot. That is the Kat Bell butter that I love to see when she has that wide open cross court. She absolutely loves to rip in it, and I think her team's done a good job there. You see Molly has held Kaz Brown on the other side. She opens up that channel for Kaz, or Kat, excuse me.
Nobody up. Kingdon feasts. The table was set by Natalia Valentina Anderson, and Maddie Kingdon cleaned her plate right to the technical timeout. Athletes Unlimited Pro Volleyball is sponsored by the U.S. Air Force. Love to see the team moments and excitement that has surrounded this season 4 of Athletes Unlimited Pro Volleyball. Team member Monet and Team Hens locked in a tight contest here in set number 1, just 2 points separating the teams. As we welcome you back to Mesa, Arizona, Kevin Barnett alongside Key Michael. And it's now our pleasure to welcome in Cassie Lickman, Director of Sport for Volleyball here at Athletes Unlimited. Cass, What stood out to you about this 2024 roster that you're so involved with putting together?
I'm really excited about this roster. I think we just keep upping the talent level every single year, and I think we've seen that play out over these first 4 weeks. You know, just really, really good volleyball players. One of the things I was most excited about coming into the season was, you know, the opposites. I think that's a hard position to fill every year, just because they're so in demand. And I think we have some really good ones. Obviously, Brittany Abercrombie being one of the highlights, but just all around. I mean, our liberos are amazing. Our setters, I think every position we have just really talented volleyball players, kind of all-stars coming out of different leagues and colleges. So it's been exciting to watch.
Well, you mentioned Brittany Abercrombie. She's at the top of the leaderboard, but actually 4 of the top 5 players are rookies. Does that surprise you at all, Cass?
No, I mean, I think we brought in, you know, half of the roster is rookies, basically. So we brought in, you know, some really, really good players, and I think they've showed up, and I think they've understood kind of the format and gotten it really quickly, which is awesome, because sometimes it takes a minute to kind of adapt to what we're doing here. But I think it just shows that, you know, if you're a great volleyball player, you're a great volleyball player, no matter if you're on, you know, one team for 6 months or for 5 days.
They understood the assignment.
Exactly.
Back when Athletes Unlimited Pro Volleyball started, it was a totally different landscape. Now professional volleyball is blossoming across the U.S. What do you think's been the role of AU Pro Volleyball in that?
Yeah, man, I think we helped lay the foundation. You know, before we started, I think people forget that it was just kind of a known thing that professional volleyball couldn't work in the U.S. And so the first season that we played, it was like this light bulb went off that we can actually do this. We can play great professional volleyball right here. We can put it on national TV. So I think that really helped lay the groundwork for what we're seeing now with PVF and Love coming into the picture, and just more and more opportunities for these players. And obviously, you know, the rise of college volleyball has played into that too. But I really do think that we helped kind of lay the foundation there.
And Cass, everyone here talks about the environment at Athletes Unlimited, none more than me, I know that, but you've experienced this as a player as well, now as the director. I know you're still jumping into trainings sometimes, but what do you think makes these seasons so unique?
Yeah, it really is a different feeling. I haven't experienced it anywhere else, and every year I think, you know, we have all these new players, maybe they're not going to get it, maybe they're not going to have the same culture that we've had, but everybody here just really loves each other, and I think part of that is the team switching. You're opponents with everybody, but you're also potentially teammates with everyone. And so you see it every day. I mean, they came in for serve and pass yesterday, and it was like they hadn't seen each other in years, and they hung out every day for the last 6 weeks. So yeah, I think it's just a really special thing to watch people compete at a really high level, and they are very competitive, and they get after it on the court. And then as soon as they're done, they're going back to the same locker room and, you know, playing with each other's dogs and kids, and they just absolutely love each other. So I think that's a really cool thing to see at this level of competition, just the respect and love that they have for each other.
Props to you, Cass, by the way, for creating that culture and that environment.
I mean, props to you too, you helped.
Props to all of us. Kevin, props to you too.
All right. Frenemies going through co-opetition here at Athletes Unlimited Pro Volleyball. Cass, thanks.
Thank you.
Cassie Lickman, Director of Volleyball here at Athletes Unlimited. The Director of Sport. And pleasure to have her here, overseeing everything you've been watching throughout these 4 weeks. And what you've been watching in the last few minutes is Member Monet teeing off on the left side as you look at our leaderboard, which live updates every time someone puts some individual points in their category, as Member Monet gives a little wink off that blast.
Yeah, trouble with me, Kev, is I can't focus on 2 things at once. So whenever we have a chair chat, I got to rely on you to let me know what happened.
The volleyball was ridiculous.
Okay.
We went through the longest rally we've had in this match. And that ball is hit wide by Temi Thomas Ailara. And Member Monet has been just crushing the ball as she was in the last match. Take a look back at yesterday. Member Monet, 267 with 12 kills. And on Friday night, I think her number's even a little bit north of that.
Yeah, one of my questions about her play last night was I felt like she was having to do a lot of the load, and that's why I'm asking for more from Kat Bell, from the outside hitters, because we know she can do it, but she shouldn't have to be relied on to do all of the point scoring.
Yeah, I think you're right with the Kat Bell call. Hitting 100 at the opposite position is not going to have your side in the win column a bunch. But she is moving the ball around tonight.
Yeah, that'll help right there. And it's interesting because Cassidy called it out, right? Opposite is always a difficult position to get. And I think first and foremost because opposites are the big hitters. They are the go-tos. They're the ones that are there for cleaning up that junk. And so they're the top ones are plucked off immediately and taken over to professional leagues in Europe. And you know, we're lucky that we've got some great ones here, but it's just a tough spot.
Yeah, tough spot right now is being the off blocker or up against Vandewada, who gets that stuff after standing in on the dig. The soldier rewarded.
Whew. All right, throwing those hands over. That one felt a little extra spice on it as well. Again, those two, like you mentioned, facing off, and it's an interesting question. Who's going to come out on top?
Tough serve from Thader. Is it an ace? Not quite. Looking for a 2-point lead. Kat Bell. No. Remember, Monet calls everyone off. Beautiful deliver from Nati is picked up as well. Another long extended rally. Bell down the line off the block. Another winner and a 2-point lead. That is the largest lead anyone has had. We've seen it a couple times in this first set. No one has gotten away by any more than that. 21-19, team member Monet has forced Hens into their first timeout. All right, timeout on the floor gives us a chance to tell you about the ABC College Football Saturday tripleheader. 5th-ranked Miami, 8-0. They host 6-2 Duke. That'll be noon Eastern. Then it's number 2 Georgia facing off with Florida in Jacksonville, and we cap the night with number 10 Texas A&M taking on South Carolina. All on ABC and ESPN+. Playing your whole weekend right after the previous weekend is done. Miami getting a little extra cheer from the alumni. Key.
Let's go.
Key Michael. There you go. All right, Key, you have a question, I believe, this week.
I do.
In this night.
I always have questions, Kevin. This one, though, is not for you. This one is for the fans. If you were an Athletes Unlimited pro volleyball captain, who would be your first draft pick and why? And if you want to send some of those responses in to my Instagram where I've asked that question, we will read some of them out on air. A lot of this started because of the Molly McCage pick, the #1 draft pick this week, being a middle blocker. First of all, love that. I'm here for that all day long. But here's one that's come in. You can pronounce that name, Nonei Nivalis.
That was good.
She said Betty for sure. She's the one with the aces and the kills.
Okay.
I think Betty's a pretty safe bet. I mean, she's usually going to be a captain herself, but someone else agrees that McCage, because she can score from attacking and blocking. And I think this is what's interesting to me. You have to choose somebody who does a little bit of everything, right? You have to pick a really well-rounded player, or do you pick someone who's just the best at their one job?
And how much of that is dictated by you, the captain's own capabilities and position?
We talked about this a little bit as well. The libero or a setter are almost at disadvantage before they even start.
Right.
Because the outsides and the opposites have that big swinger in themselves. So they already have that one in the pocket when they go to make their first pick.
We have one more draft to go. It's going to be tomorrow at 10 a.m. Pacific. That's 1 p.m. on the other coast. And you can tune in. Our own Savannah Collins will be hosting. I'll be there, just hanging out with her and enjoying the picks, talking to the captains about who their first pick should be. Perhaps I'll be surprised as I was this last week.
Oh, your face was classic.
When
classic.
Molly McCage went #1. And you too can chime in, ask questions, and make your opinion known as our final draft of the 2024 Athletes Unlimited Pro Volleyball season takes place as we look forward to our championship weekend coming up Friday, Sunday, and Monday in the first weekend of November. We know Brittany Abercrombie, Bethany De La Cruz Mejia are going to be in those captain's chairs. We don't know anything else right now.
Yeah.
135 points separate the next 6 athletes right now headed into this evening.
That is so cool. I love when it switches up.
Thader still at the line, looking for the biggest lead of this set. Not going to get it. Rischel, smart move. I've seen a couple of really intelligent, high volleyball IQ swings from the outside hitters of Team Hens.
Yeah, Maddie Kingdon-Rischel, somebody who's no surprise. She's always taken fast off to the board. And I think she delivers time and time again. She is crafty. She is hitting high. She's doing all the things she needs to do.
McCage has that one just go past her, and no surprise, we are tied again. A race to 4, win by 2 here in set number 1. Remember, those 40 set points are at stake, and you're trying to open up a lead in the overall aggregate for those 60 match points in the overall win. If you're Maddie Kingdon-Richel, you really want an overall win. It has been a mighty struggle. Kat Bell plays that one a little bit too tight to the net, and an overcall is going to go against Kaz Brown.
Ooh.
What do you think here, Key?
My middle blocker heart disagrees with that. I think that was pretty solidly. Well, okay, here's the thing. It has to be within the plane of the net. If the ball is truly on the purple side, she can't really reach over and grab it.
And this is not challengeable, by the way.
Okay, yeah, that's probably a reach over now that I see it from that angle. Also because Alicia Childress was there ready to set.
Pass to the outside. Richel got it. Boy, she's been in a nice rhythm to start this match. Already 5 kills for number 19.
All right, so here's an interesting substitution. Marley Montserrat in for Nati Valentin Anderson. They made that switch up last night as well.
Joust ball at the net goes to Team Hens. 23-22. Are they making a move at just the right moment?
So here's the difference between that ball and Kaz's ball is that she waits for Alicia Childress to joust before she grabs it.
Off balance, Childress just gets there. The hot hand, tips it, good. Set point. (24-22). Both teams swept yesterday. Team Hens trying to become the first to get off the deck. They're opposite at the service line. We'll have team member Monet calling a timeout. You like this timeout from team member Monet?
I do. I think you've got it. I maybe would have taken it 1 point earlier, give themselves a little bit more of a cushion as soon as they saw that shift in momentum, because it's been a couple of points. I mean, the purple was ahead by 2 points, maybe 2018, something along those lines. And now blue has come back in and crept in. I think I would have called this timeout a little bit earlier.
All right, well, we'll see when they come back on the floor, and we are going to welcome back Athletes Unlimited Pro Basketball shortly. The city of Nashville has already welcomed 4 members of its player executive committee: Lexi Brown, Sydney Colson, Rebecca Harris, and Teresa Plaisance, to promote the upcoming 2025 AU Pro Basketball season. Over the course of 3 days, the players attended an event at the National Museum of African American Music, a youth basketball clinic at Vanderbilt University, and meetings with local city officials and community leaders. 2025 season will run from February 5th to March 2nd at the Nashville Municipal Auditorium. Can't wait for that, my second home.
Nashville.
City of Nashville.
I don't think I've ever been to Nashville. I think I might have to
you're
make
missing out.
Yeah, now that basketball is going to be there, I'm going to have to make a trip.
Of all the places you've ever been, you've never been to Nashville?
Why does that surprise you?
Key Michael, I thought you were living a good life. Now I have questions.
I mean, I've been to Paris. I've been to Rome.
Bah.
I've been to Australia.
Nashville, baby.
Nashville.
February 5th to March 2nd, Nashville Municipal Auditorium. Come on out and see AU Pro Basketball. So basketball's coming up, volleyball's coming to a close next week, but you can definitely get closer to all the action with your free unlimited club membership. You can vote on game MVPs, compete in the AU Fantasy League for exclusive prizes and more. Go ahead and do it. Sign up now, auprovolleyball.com. Look at Molly McCage and her side trying to pick up first a side out. Then they're going to need one more on their side.
1 point so far right now for Molly.
All right, you got a back row Kat Bell. You have Molly McCage. You have Lindsay Vanderweyde. Where are you going?
Lekator, pipe.
Okay, one choice not offered. Key takes the road less traveled. Here we go. Set point. Team Hens. into the bottom of the net. All right, team member Monet still needs one. Hence, could close, or we're going overtime.
So I guess we give that point to Dave for that timeout called.
Yep, or Lekator.
Yeah.
No credit for the facilitator.
No, okay.
Captain's ribbon. Yep. Dave's fine with that. Hot hand. Looking for his 7th kill. Doesn't get it there. No swing to be had. They'll have to play defense again. That ball left inside. Popped up, but not high enough from Childress, and this first set is over. In deuce fashion, Team Hens comes out with the victory. It was hard fought throughout this first set. Plus 40 team points for every member of Team Hens. A welcome relief for the two squads that saw sweeps yesterday. Team Hens is off the deck, and they are up 1-0. The NHL on ESPN tomorrow, a doubleheader with the Rangers and Caps at 7:30 Eastern. Then it's out to California for an in-state matchup between the Kings and Sharks. Coverage begins with The Point at 6 Eastern on ESPN2. You're enjoying a night here in Arizona. We enjoyed the first set immensely. A closely contested first set between team member Monet and Team Hens. 25-23, Team Hens with a late push from being tied at 21-all to come up with the victory. No small part of that, Key Michael, was due to the play of Maddie Kingdon-Rischel, number 19 in light blue. She comes out with 7 kills in the first set, hitting .440.
I mean, big night for her already, and I think this is something we've seen over and over. She's not having a team around her putting up a lot of points. She'll find a way to get it done, and she's doing it with a little bit of everything. There's a wide open net. She loves that, but if there is a big block, she's finding holes in it. She's tipping, she's rolling. Creative ways to score was another thing I talked about the blue side with, how to get points even when things are not going your way.
We saw a lot of blocking in that first set. 4 on the Team Hens side to 2 for team member Monet.
And that starts with tough serving, right? That's something Kaz Brown talked about, that if they can have that tough serve, if they can force the purple side out of rhythm, then the blockers are in a much better position to get some big stuff blocks. And then you've got to learn. the players and the attackers have to find ways to score that are not just swing blindly into the arms of your opponent.
All right, we're going to set up for our second set here. And listen, we want you to answer this question. If you were an AU Pro Volleyball captain, who would be your first draft pick and why? Send your response to @VB_CI. That's key. Go ahead and do that over on Instagram, and we'll put you in our broadcast with your response, and we'll have Key respond. Key, what do you think about?
Yeah, you want to hear a couple?
Yeah.
All right. Somebody said, Ferret Summer said, I'd choose Nati.
Okay.
So I'd have someone that knows how to be a captain, and then I'd also bring snacks. That's
Okay.
a great way to be a captain. Absolutely bring the snacks.
You have to bring swag too. We know that.
Logan Hughes Volleyball said Morgan Hens because she's just built different.
Oh, that's true. She's an alien. We've covered that.
Yes.
Yeah, she somehow knows what's coming next, like circular time. The arrival, yeah, she's definitely participating in that. Okay, I like both those picks. Those are good.
Let's see, we got another one here. RK Montoya said either Betty or Member Monet because both are so consistent and get so many swings.
Here's the tough thing. When you're a captain, many times those players that have been mentioned are also captains. You cannot choose them.
Yeah, exactly. And we talked about that, right? If you're a libero, you're at a disadvantage, but you know who's not? A big stuff block from Casanova.
And then a stare down. Casual greatness from number 0. Our leaderboard is live updating. Maddie Kingdon-Rischel scored 96 points in that first set. 40 for the team win, 56 individually. That's going to have her climbing in that 6-player chase. Casanova. Oh, she's going to pick up a kill, too, to go with that stuff block. That ball is clearly down. And she'll pick up 8 for that, 12 for the block. That's 20 points she has just put in her individual stats in the last couple of plays.
Yeah, she was someone we asked for more of. We got great defensive play from her on the first night. Last night, a little bit quiet. I'd love to see just more out of Haiti Casanova.
Another tough serve working on the captain. She'll try and swing out. Reset, long to the opposite. Kat Bell's been off to a good start as well.
Yeah, Bell back to doing what she's done really well. And she's actually one of those players who's kind of hot and cold. And I feel like the days that she's hot, it's a good day for her team. And Member Monet needs that balance. She needs someone on the other side pulling that string, pulling the blockers on the other side.
So far today, it has been a hot start. 7 for Bell now. She's been the bright spot offensively. Temi Thomas-Ailara gets in on the Team Hens action here with Natalia Valentin-Anderson delivering. Thomas-Ailara, one of those players whose stock has been rising throughout league play. Monet, this time through the block of Casanova. That's turning into an entertaining battle at the pin. (3-2), second set. The captain back to serve. You're going to get a jumper. Each side with one jump server. Member Monet's been in rhythm tonight. That continues here. Rischel, pass, swing, and dug. Van de Weyde bangs through the block to the outsides of won successive points, battering the block of team Member Monet.
And that's something I've already been impressed with. Member Monet, 0 errors so far in her serve, yet she's still ripping it.
Thomas-Ailara handles the jumper. Kingdon handles the offensive duties, giving a ton of angle to that thing. So the delivery from Natalia Valentin-Anderson on point, and don't take my opinion for it. Let's ask Marley Montserrat. Marley, what do you think? Was that a good set?
That was perfect.
How do you see your role when you're off the court?
Watching what the middles on the other side are doing, and I mean, Nati's so amazing, so it's just kind of bouncing things off of each other, mostly her, and me just helping wherever's needed.
Marley, I know you're wearing the number 33 because your sisters wore 11 and 22. Are they similar style of players of you, and are they watching?
My middle sister's actually here,
awesome.
the one I played with at Florida. I would say we play completely different. Allie is really steady and not quiet, but pretty reserved, and I play pretty loud. I would say Madison is really loud as well.
Okay, you've gone back and forth. Your team's getting a little loud at the moment, by the way, with blocks and aces. But you've gone back and forth from indoors to outdoors, East Coast to West Coast. Now you're back indoor again, both professionally, right?
Yes.
Now, what have you gained from each that's made a difference when you've played one?
I think I gained from indoor towards beach, just being, sorry, got really quiet. I think indoor taught me how to be really aggressive on the beach. I think a lot of people who grow up on the beach, it's a lot of shots, and coming from indoor, you know, you just grew up swinging. So I definitely had to learn shots, but I would swing first. And then I think going from, sorry, that's a long rally.
And finish there with that ball cross court by Vanderweide. Okay.
And then for what beach taught me, just a ton of ball control, you know, just I think helped my defense a lot and helped my eye work because there's only 2 people on a court. So I had fun doing both, and I love them both.
All right, before we let you go, what kind of swag or special events or team bonding's gone on with Team Hens? What do people need to know is special about this Blue Squad?
I think we just have a lot of fun. You know, we start every practice with a game, and I'm sure other teams do that, but ours are really fun.
All right, we will take that under advisement. Thanks, Marley.
Thank you.
Marley Montserrat of Team Hens backing up Natalia Valentin Anderson, who right now is helping her team to a 2-point lead. It has been a whole bunch of blocking from Heidi Casanova so far in this match. Emily Thader back at the line for team member Monet. Tough flat floater this time short. Ilara aggressive on it. And Kingdon is the Maddie Kingdon we know.
Yeah, that's the balance we're looking for. And you mentioned it, right? Heidi Casanova getting her shot in defense and in offense. 3 blocks, 4 kills. And then we've got Maddie Kingdon-Rochelle, who's just dominant every time she touches the ball. That's the kind of spread offense that this blue side is looking to utilize.
Woo. Tough jump serve ace. Second of the set for Team Hens.
There it is. Unleash it, Haiti. That is exactly what Hens wants out of her. Those bombs. Finding a way in between 2 players. That ball looked like it was inches from the tape.
Right side. Bell banging it through. That ball's popped up wonderfully. And terminated by Kingdon-Rochelle. That is how you do it. 10-5. 10 kills already for Kingdon-Rochelle.
And I'd love to see a pie chart or sort of like an arrow direction of where she's been hitting, because that one going straight down the line, but we know we've seen some cuts, we've seen tips, we've just seen variety.
It's a full fan.
Yeah, exactly.
Coaches love to see that. She's challenged the block. There's another ace from Casanova. 3rd of the weekend. .67 miles an hour on the speed gun with that rip from number 0. We wondered what would happen. Casanova has had the errors hurt her coming into tonight. She is error-free thus far, and her side leads now by 6 in the second set, putting a stamp on it. 36-28 overall. Our score 36-28 here in Mesa, Arizona. 11-5 in the second set. Team Hens extending and all of a sudden dominating. Timeout on the floor. We get a chance to go into the game with the U.S. Air Force and Timmy Thomas Ilara.
Oh, great touch. Players gonna play. Oh, off the hands. Getting down to 6. Beat. My ex-man brought his new girlfriend. She's like, oh my God. I'm just saying shit. Let's go! Let's go! Let's go, here we go, let's go. Great pass, Maddie.
They do look like they're having fun. Marley telling us that they are a really fun-loving team. I tend to agree based on that little dance session there, singing and dancing. Why not?
And it's fun when your stock is rising. Temi Thomas-Ailara not starting in the first couple of weeks. Had an opportunity, little carpe diem, and she has found herself playing full time all the way around and making a difference for her side. Already here, 5 kills, 6 digs. That is a complete performance as her teammate, Heidi Casanova, continues to rip from the line. Already 2 aces in this turn. Kat Bell over the top, Hens diving. Will they get a swing? Yes. Bell again reaches high. Thomas-Ailara dig number 7. Another 5 points. Another 5 points. 10 in this rally. That tip just made it. Hens got it anyway, but it went all the way across the net. Wow. I'm not sure even the shoulder flexibility that was required there is normal.
I mean, I don't even know what part of that rally to look at. There were so many excellent defenses on both sides. I mean, I kind of had a feeling that was going to go Blue's way, so a little bit of luck. Purple to kind of sneak it through there.
Good pass. Thomas-Ailara. Brown stretches, can't find the court.
Looked like it might have tagged a little bit of the line, I thought, from where I was looking. Hold out.
It's just your middle bias.
Yeah, probably.
Kingdon Rischel off the block. Brown is right there. Backslide the other way. Second backslide, this time dug down the line by Hens. And the pushover is good from Kingdon Rischel. So here's a quiz question for you. Who has the most kills in the league right now?
Maddie?
Correct.
Really?
171. But nowhere near the championship chase.
Yep, that's those win points.
Just 3 overall wins. And not nearly the set victories that Abercrombie and Dela Cruz Mejia have had. And the 2 players who trail her in kills with 168 and 160. They're coming up next in our final match of the weekend. Team Abercrombie and Team Dela Cruz Mejia. Bethany Dela Cruz has just 2 losses in this entire league year as that ball is blasted out of the back row by member Monet with nobody up. And they both have come to Team Abercrombie on a Monday night in the last 2 weeks.
I would love to see a Maddie Kingdon Rischel playing with a De La Cruz or an Abercrombie. I don't think they've been on teams together at all this season.
Well, no one's going to let that happen.
Yeah.
Kaz Brown got the connection that time. Natalia Valentin Anderson dialed it in. So you want to keep an eye on not only the set score here, 14-8 from Team Hens, but they are extending now an 8-point lead, 39-31 in that overall, and make it 40-31 with another ace. They are serving up some pressure here in the second.
Oh my goodness. That is a big turn of events. 4 aces.
In this set.
And you know what? They're just targeting zones between players. Lindsay Vanderweider, the target over and over.
Monet trying to hit her way out, hits out. And the lead grows. Doubled up now, 16-8.
I'm looking at the reception numbers on team member Monet. 23 times Vanderweider has been targeted. Nobody else is even in double digits yet. They are dialed in on that target.
Good pass, the matchup they wanted, and it hit the ceiling. You can play it, but generally it comes back at a weird angle and a lot more quickly.
Playing a little ping pong. What's that game in the arcade?
Are you talking about Pong?
Where it just bounces back and forth between.
When was the last time you were in an arcade?
Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah, you're thinking of Pong. That's the early days of Atari. Or pinball? Are you talking about pinball?
Pinball,
Yeah.
that's what I'm thinking of. Sorry.
Yeah.
Thank you. We got there.
You're even earlier. You're in like a 70s liquor store when they weren't allowed, youth were not allowed to play pinball when it first came out because it was supposedly gambling.
Ooh, I'm thinking of Stranger Things, I think. Maybe that's what's where I am.
I played a lot of pinball back in the day.
Not what you want to play in volleyball, though.
Oh no.
Fun in the arcade, not so much here in the gym.
That means things are wildly out of control. Kevin Barnett alongside Key Michael here in Mesa, Arizona, our final night of week number 4. We're looking forward to our championship weekend. Starts on Friday, but in actuality, it starts tomorrow with the draft at 10 a.m. Pacific time, 1 on the East Coast. We will shuffle up and deal one last set of unique teams that will head to our championship weekend. Will it be Brittany Abercrombie? Will it be Betania de la Cruz Mejia, who are our champion at the end of this 5-week journey? It could be either one. They are quite close in the standings. I'm very interested to see what happens tonight. If one side were to pull a sweep, you could see Abercrombie really extend and be pretty comfortable headed into next weekend. Otherwise, you could see Betty maybe eke just above the top of Brittany Abercrombie, and we could head into our final weekend with everything in the balance.
And I think last night was important in that they both got sweeps. They both got the full platter of points that were available. If one team had done that and not the other one, we might see a bit of a larger stretch right now, but it is so close because of exactly that.
Here are the teams getting ready. That is Team De La Cruz Mejia. They'll be wearing orange, the gold side in black and gold. This ball challenged as to whether it was in or out. Initially called out, and that ball's in.
That does look in, doesn't it?
I think that ball is going to go the way of team member Monet. And they need every point they can hold on to here in this set, but also in the overall. By the way, a platter of points. What do you serve that with? Is that red or white? What do you pair it with?
Chianti.
So red. Very good. And some fava beans. Anyways,
yes, thank you.
Overhead, Timmy Thomas Ilara through the block and down. I'm picking up what you're putting down, and Timmy Thomas Ilara is putting down what Natalia Valentin Anderson is putting up.
And I'm picking up on their serving strategy. This ball is dialed in on Van de Weyde. Again.
Nice deep swing, net violation plus the kill. Kat Bell continues to shine on a Monday. Bell now, for team member Monet, number 18 there in purple, is going to have 8 kills and be hitting right about 300. Her side still down, trailing by 9, 43-34. Can Lekator do as much damage as Heidi? Not yet. Casanova, right side. Little shoot shot. But another block, this time out of bounds. That has been a lethal combination, Casanova and Rosenthal, but not this time.
And now I'm starting to really pay attention to where these two teams are trying to put that ball. I think Lekator in general just wants to hit her best serve, but that went straight to Morgan Hentz. That's not where you want to put it.
Van de Weyde, 6 kills. Oh, that thing had no spin on it. A nightmare serve fought off by Team Hentz.
Thomas Ilara kind of just batting that off her body to put it somewhere in the air. Those are tough, those ones that look like they're coming top spin that end up completely flat. Hit you really high on the chest.
Over the top, Kat Bell. So both teams going to their hot hands and they're delivering, but team member Monet is going to need a little run here. Bell, 9 kills. Big wind up, but a miss from Kaz Brown, who says immediately to her setter, that was me.
Yeah, purple's going to want a few more of those. I still don't want Nati to go away from her, though. I think it's so crucial that they continue keeping that offense spread.
Bader trying to work that deep corner. Smooth hands from Bell and an inside delivery from Van de Weyde.
Okay, Van de Weyde.
Okay, Bell.
Okay, Bell. I love that really sharp inside ball because the blockers were in a good spot. Just beating them.
Bader continues to serve. Is this the run that they've needed? That ball's long. That one picked up a little bit of extra air about halfway over. So Casanova back to the line, 20-15. 2 aces last time she was here. Valentine Anderson fights for it. Lake digs one on the other side. Through the block and down. Member Benet with the side out, but perhaps more importantly, getting Casanova off the service line.
Yeah, pretty good setup block there on the blue side as well. Doing well to get through it.
Kingdon Richel, tough swing. She'll take it. Is she over? No. She cleans up her own attack on top of the net. Another point for Team Hens, and another opportunity for you to go to the AU Pro Shop. They have you covered with their latest volleyball gear. You can check it out, shop.auprosports.com. Destination for all player merch, new arrivals, exclusive styles, and you won't find them anywhere else. Go ahead and visit.
AU Merch Shop also has an Instagram account. You can chat with them.
Net violation. Chat with him about which number is the best number. Maybe 1 of 5.
Yeah. Chat all sorts of things with the AU Merch Shop. They're extremely social. Favorite colors, favorite players, favorite foods.
Treat the merch shop like your best friend.
Why not?
Outside, Member Benet blasting to Hens, and that will be out of bounds. Scratching and clawing back in here, Team Member Benet.
And they'll have to. They cannot afford to let this game just slip away. And again, we talk about it all the time. It's not just winning this set. It's winning every single point that, I mean, we've seen seasons where the difference between one player and another player's win points, or excuse me, ranking, comes down to a couple of points.
Yeah, win points all important, and they have cut that overall lead to 5. Remember, it was 9. Richel tip right into the campfire. That one is good. Burn that volleyball up, 47-41.
It feels like this side, Hens' side, has learned something from last night. They were getting beaten up with those tips. Now they're turning the tables. Now they're using it on their opponent.
I asked them about that match, and the response I got was, everything on our side went poorly, everything on their side went terrific. It was a bad scenario when that happened. It's a bad matchup there. Valentine Anderson versus Legator Member Benet.
And Member Benet with hops, bunny hops.
Into serve, number 15, Allison Mayfield. Perhaps some defensive support. Over the top, dug by Van de Weyde. Joust, and that ball easily won by Legator Member Benet. Back to within 2.
Again with the bunnies. Did you see the vocabulary yesterday? It was one of my words to know in volleyball.
I saw all of your art.
Yeah. Well,
Your various art, yes.
thanks. I'm putting it on my resume.
The monkey might have been my favorite. That one off the net and back. All of a sudden, it's a 1-point set, and it is just a 3-point lead.
Ooh-wee.
It was 9 moments ago. Timeout, Team Hens. Here we go. The second set starting to look like the first set. Close action once again here in AU Pro Volleyball. I'll tell you what, there's close action too. The final day of the NWSL regular season. And the only games on the schedule are on ESPN. Both have playoff implications. The Chicago Red Stars host the Kansas City Current at 3 Eastern on ESPN and ESPN+. Then the San Diego Wave host Racing Louisville on ESPN, ESPN Deportes, and ESPN+. Racing Louisville. Key, you got your question of the night going? How's it working out over there?
It's going well. We've had a lot of interesting response. My question of the night is, if you were captain, who would be your first draft pick and why? And then And interestingly, someone has written in and said, Molly McCage, I'm short and I need some height at the net. That was from Mixtram 2. I'm curious if I were in Lekator's position right now, because that's exactly who she did choose first. Do you think she has regrets? I'm a big Molly McCage fan, but even I would not take a middle first off the board.
Why?
You have to strengthen up your big offensive weapons first. I think that is the most important. You have to be able to have some big guns. If you're Lekator, that's Capel. If you're, who's on the other side? Maddie Kingdon, that's Temi Thomas-Elari. You can't focus on a player that maybe won't even get that much ball. If the ball is not even going to the setter, you're not really able to get her involved.
Yeah, and I think what happens is, too, we talked to Lekator about what's available. That also factors where you think a run is going to be on a certain position. We have more responses.
All right, Igak says, Natalia, the best setter, and her defense is a plus. I agree. Absolutely, I agree. But again, would she be your first pick?
You know, Betty will do that. Betty will go setter libero,
Yeah.
generally after a hitter. Exactly to your point.
Not first. Definitely she might be the first setter off the board. She might be the one that I want because of her scrappiness, because of her hustle in defense, because she gets her hands over the net in the block. But as a first, I don't know. Nin Forrest says Newt Star, and there she is on the sidelines. She says, I love her and I want to play volleyball with her. I don't think you're alone in that, Nin. I think there are about 1 million people on Instagram that would agree with that sentiment.
Absolutely. We've definitely seen those big arms pay off. A Willow Johnson carrying sets and matches. Claire Hoffman carrying sets and matches. All right, back to this set and match right now. Overpass. Valentine Anderson got enough, but it could not be extended. Hence now wants a call. What do you think, Key?
Oh, she's got a point there. Morgan Hens, a little, I mean, that's as far as I've ever seen her, but she's right. Same ball as before.
22 apiece, Hens on her heels for the first time. The whole squad. Team member Monet can't get a swing. Kingdon Rischel. Was that enough? No, not yet. Rosenthal, good handle. Thomas Lara collects the points. 23-22.
You had a feeling that that rally had a little extra something on it after the team just losing that point before. All the hitters swinging with a little more fire.
3 hitters now back in the front row. Natalia Valentine Anderson to serve. Her team looking for 40 more team points. They already won the first set. Member Monet through the block. Thomas Lara pulls it out of her right pocket. And then puts it away. 24-22, another late set push from Team Hens. Set point.
Big one-handed defense there from TTA.
I like that. For the set and 40 team points. Left short. Rischel can't quite get there. Powerful swing from member Monet. So a second set point. This is how they closed it before. It took them 2 in the first to go 25-23. Team Hens looking for the same result. It would leave them just a 4-point advantage. TTA getting it done. 25-23. For the second consecutive set, Team Hens uses a late set push. It came after a run from team member Monet to tie it at 22. We'll head with Team Hens leading into the third.
Watch you fly, touch the sky, fly up so high. You must be supernatural. Fly, touch the sky, rise up so high. You must be supernatural.
Already twice this weekend. We have seen teams come back from losing 2 sets to win the overall. We've also seen teams sweep their opponents straight out of the arena. Which of those 2 things will happen here in set 3? Either is entirely possible, as Team Hens now leads 50-46 as we enter the final set of our first match of the evening and enter the final stanza of the 500th all-time contest across the AU Pro family of sports: softball, volleyball, basketball, and lacrosse. What a journey it has been. And what a journey it's been in this season, the 4th for AU Pro Volleyball for TTA.
Temi Thomas-Elara has been stepping up to the forefront. Those are her numbers already tonight. But we didn't see a lot of her in the beginning stages of this season. Now we're getting a lot more, and she is really showing us what she's capable of. I love the creativity. I love how calm she stays. I really appreciate her teamwork on the court.
All right, these stats continue to be close. The blocks continue to be an advantage for Team Hens, now +4. Casanova with a grip of those.
Yeah, Casanova has been another star tonight. Someone, again, didn't get a whole lot of playing time. Now we're seeing her, and I think that's another key to sometimes these matches, is picking fresh players, being able to utilize different weapons that we haven't seen yet. So no one really knows how to scout against Haiti Casanova. Temi Thomas-Elara, only a few matches, can't really have a full scouting report on her either. And that might have been something to do with Hens' strategy here, just picking up some fresh faces.
You're following the match tonight as we head into our 3rd set. Also follow AU Pro Volleyball on Instagram. You can see exclusive content featuring your favorite AU players, including highlights, mic'd ups, behind the scenes action, and more. Go ahead and do it. You'll see Morgan Hens on there. You'll certainly see a lot of information about the captains and the draft coming up tomorrow, 10 a.m. Pacific time, 1 on the East Coast. You'll also see some key content on there. You definitely want to give VB_Key a follow, VB_CI, and see what she's up to, doing those sweet edits all week.
Mostly dogs.
Yes, pets are big. Underway in set 3, and it is Natalia Valentin Anderson dumping it over for point number 1.
Good start, getting on the table early. Now she's sneaky good in the front court.
All right, the magic
And the back
number,
court also.
the magic number here for Team Hens is 22 points. They must have 22 points or more in this 3rd set to win the overall. That ball's thrown deep by Emily Thader, and Hens is off to a 2-0 beginning.
I think you said it was Hens' team that you talked to, where they just couldn't get anything going and flowing on their way, on their side. Now it feels like the purple side is in that exact position. Just nothing seeming to go their way.
Well, when you're 0-2 and down 2-0, you start pressing pretty bad, do you think? And how do you counteract that, Key?
That's one way. Get a big swing from Lekator. Also just staying defense in the little things. So that's one perfect example right there. That block, pretty well set up. That swing, not the hardest swing we've seen from Temi Thomas-Elara. She puts it on the end line. Could have been one step moved inside if you're Mary Lake.
Seen Temi Thomas-Elara do that a couple of times, that push rather than a full swing, and it's worked. Another good touch by the block. Opportunity for transition. Casanova this time puts it right to Childress. Deep corner winner from the captain. They're on the board.
Lekator is one of those players that she starts to get that look in her eye. We talk about it with Betty and with Lekator. She realizes, all right, I'm going to have to start getting these points. I love that she's going deep corner there as well.
Lekator is going down, swinging here. 13 kills, been blocked once as Rosenthal collects that kill there. Hit 1 ball out of bounds on 26. That's a 420 efficiency for Lekator member Monet. That is absolutely top shelf.
Agreed.
But her side still trailing. Thader smartly passed. Kat Bell, she's been good tonight. Kingdon Rischel looking for hands. Only got hers into the ball.
I wonder if we'll start seeing a few more tips dropping, but then again, Purple's just picked one up. Now Maddie Kingdon has to find different solutions, goes long in that one.
If I'm Kingdon Rischel and been in the rhythm that I'm in, it's bombs away. High swing, ate up by Hentz. Rischel blocked right back on top of her by Thader.
Well, there's the decision making, right? For each player. You say she's bombs away, she changes to a tip, she gets red, now she goes back to the power, but Thader's there reading her. Thader is all over that inside arm.
Remember Monet, 64 miles an hour last time. She and Casanova doing battle. Ooh, another ace.
Let's go.
60 miles an hour, but more importantly, plus 12 for the ace here.
This is what we talked about in the Open. Lecouteur being able to unleash that serve without the errors. That's what she's doing tonight.
Nearly had another. All three of those serves over 60 miles an hour, but the last one, a side out. 5-4 in this set, and keep an eye on that overall right below there. That's the 60 team points. 55-50, our overall score right now in favor of Team Hentz. We have 100 team points available, and those are massive. Casanova played up, outside. Through the block and down goes Van de Weyde. We're tied.
Purple doing well to get out of that. Again, one thing I'm really impressed with is the blue side continuing to stick to their strategy. Their target has not faltered. They are forcing Van de Weyde to take that first ball every time.
Casanova looks to the angle dug by Childress. Key, that might have been a food play. And then Molly McCage eats.
McCage has been hungry. She has been hungry for a block all match long. These are not the numbers we're used to seeing from her, but that is the kind of block that we love out of a Molly McCage. Low, tight, aggressive.
Molly McCage now 34 blocks on the season. Already with 1 weekend to go, she has set a new single season record for solo blocks. That ball knifed through and down by Kingdon Rischel, who at this rate will set a personal season high for kills. She has 16 already. We've only barely gotten into this third. Nice high swing, but it's dug from Van de Weyde. Rischel's feeling it, and she is blocked. Bell gets a hold of her. So that'll go down as an attack error. You get blocked. That'll be -12 for one side, Maddie Kingdon Rischel, and plus 12 for the block for Kat Bell. Kaz Brown collects 8 for that kill.
Why is Morgan Hentz the target in the reception? That's my question right now. Kat Bell floating that serve, pretty decent serve in and of itself, but it has to go to the left-hand side of the court. It cannot go on Hentz.
Well, if I'm Hentz, I'm making you ask that question much more often. Be super aggressive. Thomas Ilara, big mechanics there. Love her jump mechanics with the double arm lift.
Yeah, super athletic player, extremely physical as well. And you see her when she winds up to get it. That is why she's getting so much power on it. All that power converting through the mechanics, as you talked about.
Van de Weyde, tight to the net, block deep. Guess who?
Nati making Heidi do some dance moves with her. I'm not sure what that was. A full spin around. I mean, it's worth it after that kind of block.
Not sure that's the celebration Casanova signed up for. Backslide, Casanova with the defense. One more time thrown back. Nati is there. What a clever set from Hentz. Wow.
And I think Heidi Casanova is starting to get a little nervous to make points now, that she's going to be attacked with aggressive enthusiasm from Nati.
Tight to the net. Van de Weyde outside, dug up by Hens. Why was she even there? Doesn't matter, it scores. That was the combination last week. A Hens dig and a Temi Thomas-Ailara kill.
Yeah, they're in the zone. They're in the flow. And I love what you said about Hens. Why is she there? She leads it. She is just unreal.
A 5-0 run. Team Hens on top again. Timeout, team member Monet. Athletes Unlimited Pro Volleyball is sponsored by the U.S. Air Force. Love the team moments at the end of each of the matches. Some of the celebration and the camaraderie that this league offers. Right now it's pure competition on the floor. Team Hens won the first two sets in deuce fashion, 25-23, as both these teams try and get a hold of their first victory. Let's go into the game with Molly McCage.
You don't have a nickname. I never gave you a nickname.
You're giving out nicknames? Oh, because I called you Noodles?
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
Country night! Woo! Honky tonk, let's go!
Music.
Yes! I hope it's
like
not country during the game.
Yeah.
Best part about being a woman is not listening to country music. Ready? Boom! That's Maddie! Yeah, I know. Threading that needle, man. Right here. Here we go. This one's ours, guys. Scream queens! Talk to me if you need something different on the block, too, okay? It's really fast. Sometimes my arms are flying. Slide, see, go! Slide! Line. Get down!
I don't know about this singing, Molly. I'm not sure you're going to have a country music career after this, but Noodle, I like that nickname. Was that did I hear that correctly?
I'm not sure about that, but I do know that Molly McCage is the all-time blocks single season record holder at 34 now. With that one she picked up moments ago here in this match. She will collect a kill here. At least it appeared so. It appeared to go through the block and down, and actually team member Benet and the officials said it did neither of those things. So we'll have a challenge.
Yeah, from where I was sitting, I didn't see a touch in the block. Potentially it tagged the line, but the connection just has not been there between her and Childress. I'm looking at some numbers here. 13 attack attempts, 3 errors, and 1 kill. I mean, those are not Molly McCage numbers. You don't go first off the board with those kind of numbers. Just hasn't been her week.
All right, here's the attack.
I don't think I see a touch on it.
It's wide.
I don't think I see a touch at all.
All right. Key, I'll go with you.
I've been wrong once before in my life, but could be a second.
We don't talk about that time. So as ruled, it would be 12-7. Team Hens with now a 5-point lead in this set. Now we've already seen team member Monet come back. What do you think keyed that run in the second set where they got back into it after trailing by 16-8?
They were just focusing on their goal. They were focusing on the things that they had talked about. Yeah, probably yesterday, maybe after the match. The things like picking up those tips, the things like targeting their person in the reception, discipline in the block. There were a few different things. I mean, they felt like they were in a rhythm. They were just frustrating the purple side with just consistency.
All right, so play by play, moment by moment. Here they're hoping for a good moment and a reversal, calling it a kill. The officials giving it a full look.
Yeah. I'm trying to think what it is the purple side can do differently, because they maybe could have Blake take a little bit more space in the reception. Again, a lot of those balls going to Lindsay van der Weide. Not an awful percentage out of her. She's at a 56% positive reception rate. However, could be better if you're allowing someone like Mary Lake to step in, who's at 67, but she's only had 12 touches on the reception.
All right, our officials, Katie Meyer in the R2 for this one, actually calls a touch. Remember, she has access to stuff that we do not. They have some extra angles as well as the ability to zoom and rewind in super slow-mo. So they call the touch, and the point, importantly, will go to team member Monet, who checks their server. It is, in fact, Lindsay van der Weide, and it's 11-8.
Big, big moment in this set.
Hence, perfect pass. Roll shot into the bottom of the tape.
Now has to be the moment that purple start to make a run. They have to capitalize on that momentum shifting back to their favor from that changed call and an error in the net. Here's the push.
Will McCage continue to add to her block total? That ball blocked. Is it in or out? Called out. And everyone was right there looking at it, so no arguments this time. That was the both sides campfire.
Yeah, everyone just sitting around roasting marshmallows.
Kaz Brown to the line, Jenna Rosenthal to the front row. An absolute blast from the team captain.
Love the physicality of member Monet. When she gets a good ball, the one she wants, and it's high, it's kind of hanging up there, and she's going up to get it rather than waiting for it to fall.
Inside the block the other way, TTA with the kill.
Beautiful angle. Excellent rip.
14 kills for Temi Thomas Ilara, and she's hitting .460. Maddie Kingdon-Ruschel at 16 kills, hitting .350. Both for Team Hens. Off of Natalia Valentin-Anderson, who serves here. Kat tips it. Hens scoops it. They'll reset. Bell had to go through her hands. Still legal. Casanova chips, and it's put back in her face.
Felt a little crunchy on that first contact from Kat Bell, but we'll let it slide.
Still legal. Hence, again aggressive on the reception. Rosenthal gets one good opportunity here for member Monet. Captain gets it. Net violation secures the point. They're back to within one. Folks, we have one more week of incredible professional volleyball here in Mesa, Arizona. Join us Friday for Pride Night. First 250 fans receive a Progress Pride pin as we celebrate that love is unlimited. Go to auprovolleyball.com to buy your tickets today. And you can see this top shelf volleyball in person. TTA going high hands, big touch there. And that will be a point for Team Hens. Paris Watson in the front row for team member Monet. Hitting 440 with 14 kills. TTA put on another clinic at outside, and she'll get the ace to go with it. Plus 12 individual points, but more importantly, perhaps, extending the lead now 65-58.
Ace serve, but straight on the money, targeting the zone over and over.
Remember, Monet down the line, that ball is still good, but it's right on top of the R1 position, cannot be brought back. Lecator member Monet doing all that she can. Checking in with 15 kills, hitting 420, and bombing from the line 63 miles an hour. Watson transitioned. Kingdon Rischel, tip. Childress lays out. Back to Rischel. Member Monet can't quite get there. Count another one for Maddie Kingdon Rischel. That'll be 17.
Kingdon Rischel going a little quiet so far in this set. Not having to do quite as much. Again, we're talking a lot about Timmy Thomas-Alara, but two different styles of attack there. One tip, one long, bringing out all the weapons.
16-13. Working on the right receiver, as Key Michael mentioned. Kat Bell, tough opportunity, blocked one-on-one. Rosenthal steps in. Through the block, dug back over, and blocked again, Kaz Brown.
Huge play by Kaz Brown. Just one tiny turnaround to make it happen. Karis Watson caught, wanting it a little too much. Didn't check out the side view mirror. Kaz was winding up.
20th block of the season for Kaz Brown. Lake tracked it all the way to the middle back. And Kaz Brown tracked it again for another winner. Back-to-back blocks from number 11.
The momentum shifting again. Kaz in a great position there, and that inside arm completely taken away any daylight, any chance on that side that Van de Weyde had.
Overhead, finding Bell. That's a beautiful swing. 18-14. Remember that magic number here, 22 points on the board in this set will get it done for Team Hens. If they have 22 on the board, that means they have exceeded by one the available points for the other team to try and tie it in the overall. Way overhead. Block straight down. Molly McCage next to Van de Weyde. I'm not sure who got that one.
It felt good. Whoever got it, it felt good. It looked good. It was a solid low and tight. I think Van de Weyde got the most of that. Blocking all about that strong core strength.
Off the hands and out of bounds. Kingdon continues her incredible weekend. 20 earlier in the weekend, 18 in this one. And being incredibly efficient right around that 400 mark with those 18 kills. Team Hens excited to see their opposite at the line. 57 miles an hour, a little bit off of that one. Where do you go? Kingdon Rischel trying to chip it down the line, misses.
She's been so consistent all match long. But again, as soon as the blockers start to figure out what she wants to do, then they're forcing her to do something she doesn't want to.
Do you go right back to her?
Ooh, I'd go middle if it's a good one.
Dug out of the net, smartly played by Van de Weyde. Backslide. Brown, yes. Defense, and now some offense to go with it.
So Nati doing pretty much what both of us said. Yes, go back to Kingdon Rischel, repeat that set, doesn't get it. Instead now, when it's a good ball, goes to Kaz Brown. I love that flow of play there that Nati's orchestrating.
Some good open space, 20-16 in this set. That 70-62 lead, holding for the moment. Feel like the run has to come now if they're looking for that overall, those 60 team points. Team Hens going to be looking for a sweep. Kingdon Rishel will be in the back row, but it has not affected their offense much. They have been good all the way around the dial. 18 for Kingdon Rishel, 15 for Temi Thomas-Ailars. Our top 10 leaderboard pops in. Kingdon Rishel looking good in that fourth spot at the moment. That ball snuck inside Kaz Brown. And you'll definitely solidify your spot with a few more individual stats, but 100 team points would be a huge asset as you try and sit in the captain's chair.
I'm loving this little run by Kaz here at the end. 6 of her 10 points will come in this third set. Oh, how about a defense too?
Yeah, how about 5 points for that dig? Back row, Kingdon Rishel, another winner. 8 more individual points and 1 step closer to 100 team points. There you go, 22 on the board. It is plus 60 for the overall win. They have taken that as Team Hens. Only one thing left to do, close out the set and be perfect on a Monday. Roll shot, Rosenthal got the first touch, not the second.
Interesting that Member Monet targets Rosenthal in that block rather than Natty.
Gabby Blossom checks in to serve here for Team Member Monet. Thomas-Ailars, perfect pass, in rhythm to the outside, and it's another kill. Number 16.
TTA going OT. She has been so impressive over and over, finding ways to score. I'm loving seeing her in this starting role.
Valentina Anderson, back row, 3 hitters in the front row for her side. Lecator with the kill. This set hanging in the balance. Both teams. Setters in the back row. Thomas-Ailars cannot be stopped at the moment. A little predator performance by number 25, now 17 kills. Confusion, Lecator gets a swing out of it and gets a kill. So that was set point number 1, set point number 2 coming right now. Looking for the sweep. Sweep point number 2. You have one side out to get it. Where are you going?
If I'm Natty, I think she'll probably give it to Rochelle.
Okay.
She has done that a lot, but she likes to surprise. Maybe Casanova.
This ball will have to go outside. Kingdon Rishel conservative. Bad set, tipped over the top, Hens all over it. Kingdon Rishel blasts it, and this is over. 25-20. When you've been swept, you would love to come back and do the sweeping. Brooms out, another 40 team points added. So everyone on Team Hens' side, they take home the clean 180 team points, as well as all their individual performances, of which there were several excellent ones. Maddie Kingdon Rishel finishes with 20 kills. Temi Thomas-Ailars with 17 as they power the offense of Team Hens. A look at our leaderboard live. You see Kingdon Rishel and Hens with those win points solidly in 3rd and 4th for the moment. We do still have one match to go, but they have done everything that they could do. Hit for a high percentage, make some plays in the back row, have your side win all the sets. That is a prescription for higher leaderboard positioning. Not to mention a prescription for a very happy team photo. Maddie Kingdon-Ruschel got to 20 kills and did it in a variety of ways. Chipping through the block, making some smart choices, and also a wide amount of range down the line. Into the sharp angle. It was everything included for number 19 to go along with the usual excellent play. Little captain's moment there to finish our weekend. Overall match score 75-66. Team Hens with the victory. Remember, we have a second match coming up. Team Abercrombie taking on Team Dela Cruz Mejia. That is the third matchup of that kind to end a weekend. That's going to be at 9:30 Eastern, ESPNU. That would be 6:30 on the West Coast. Let's go to Key with Maddie Kingdon-Ruschel.
Maddie, big night for you. As per usual, you're now third on the leaderboard, which means you could potentially be in a captain spot. What kind of team would you be drafting?
Honestly, at this point, I think a team like what we just had. I know that we went 1 and 2 on the weekend. Wait, 2 and whatever. But I think that at this point, like, just having good energy and having a lot of fun. It's week 4, and I think everyone's just tired at this point. So to just find a group that can really mesh together and have fun is most important to me.
Well, it looked like your team tonight was meshing. What, in your perspective, was going really well?
I think, we were just passing well, defending well, kind of just all the basic elements were going really well for us tonight. And I'm just proud of us coming off of our last match. That was not so great, but we were able to turn it around tonight and end with a win.
And if you do become a captain, what kind of captain would you be? Would you be super vocal? Would you be a little bit calmer? What kind of style of captain would you be?
I think I'm more calm, but I just want to enjoy the game and have fun and just make sure everybody can play their own game on the court and hope that everyone meshes well.
And in terms of playing well here at Athletes Unlimited, it's one of the most unique leagues in the world, but you've played all over. How does this feel really different or similar to what you're used to?
I mean, just changing every week is such a challenge, honestly, and just having 2 days to prepare for 3 matches is really hard. So I think the group that can just find that fastest is the team that's going to win over the weekend.
Well, good luck if you do become a captain. I would love to see it. Kevin, back to you.
Team Hens hits 320, 9 blocks, and 50 digs. 50, and they converted into a 75-66 win. Team Hens over team member Monet. Athletes Unlimited Pro Volleyball will continue on ESPNU at 9:30 p.m. Eastern. We'll have Team Dela Cruz Mejia facing off with Team Abercrombie once again. The top 2 teams, somebody goes undefeated and continues to dominate the leaderboard. For Key Michael and our entire crew, I'm Kevin Barnett. Thanks for watching. See you again at 9:30.